the University of North Dakota, this is Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey.
Hello and welcome to Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. I'm Tim Hennessy. Well, it might be the last time the Sioux are ever invited to open an opponent's new arena. As they did in Bemidji, the Party Crashers had their way with Minnesota Duluth at the new Amsoil Arena and the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame game. We've got highlights and more for you today. He's another Sioux player who grew up in a hockey-rich environment, stemming from his uncle at UND to his father in the NHL. Junior Brett Hextall is the subject of our player profile. And he was one of the most electrifying UND players ever. He won a national championship, a Player of the Year award, All-American honors, and now he'd like to sell you a snowcat or a boat. We'll have a feature on Jeff Panzer. Stick around. Coach Dave Hakstol will talk about the Hockey Hall of Fame game in Duluth. But before we talk to the coach, we have a question for you. Which one of these former Sioux players was not an NHL first-round draft choice? The answer and more when we come back. You're watching Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey.
Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey is sponsored by Verizon, the University of North Dakota, Shields, Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Voller Insurance, and Dahlstrom Motors.
Great tickets are still available for many of the exciting University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux home hockey games at the Rel. Support your team and get your tickets now.
We are North Dakota!
Receptions jumping, bases pumping. Look at the girl and your heart starts thumping. Says she wanna dance to a different groove. Now you know what to do to bust the move. The move.
Hurry in. Right now, smartphones talk free. Add any smartphone to a family share plan and share minutes for free.
So overall, this is going to have a $300 million impact.
North Dakota Spirit, the campaign for the University of North Dakota. Join us.
It's a place to diddly pop shop, put shopping into overdrive. A great place to wine and dine, make a taste for jump and jive. Yeah, it's great Forks, a great destination. Great Forks, they don't color grants for nothing. Stop. It's simply grand.
Before the break, we asked you which one of these former Sioux players was not drafted in the first round. Well, the answer is Tony Herkus. Herkus was actually picked in the second round by the St. Louis Blues. He still holds the Blues record for most goals in a single playoff game with 4. Welcome back to Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. I'm Tim Hennessy with head coach Dave Hakstol of the Fighting Sioux. Coach, holidays are over with and the team came back energized because you were going to a brand new arena to spoil a party again, huh?
It was a good way to start to be able to start our second half. You know, it was a fun event, first of all, to be part of the Hall of Fame game, the new building, and we started a little bit slow in the first 10 minutes, but we got our game going, and it was a great win. It was a fun win for us.
I thought your energy level, though, was even better than theirs in the opening few minutes of the game, despite maybe a little bit sloppy, but I thought you were really ready to go.
Yeah, overall our energy was good. We had good practices all the way through. When the guys came back on December 26th, you know, we commented after that day of practice that it was a great practice, one of the better practices we've had coming off of the break, and that seemed to carry through the week.
And here we go, right off the get-go, Brad Malone has a chance on a giveaway by them, but their goalie makes a big save. I didn't know if that was going to be a sign of the game or what.
Well, yeah, and you know there were some moments in that game when it was 1-0 for us that I think we hit 3 pipes while it was 1-0, and they had some good opportunities. So that could have been the story of the night, but luckily for us, it was not.
And then in the second period, it goes 1-0 till late in the second period, and then you strike quickly 3 times in a minute 14.
Yeah, we started grinding in that second period. Obviously, it was a longer second period because of the 6 minutes tacked on with the broken glass. But we really started grinding, and our second goal by Carter Rowney was just a great grinding shift. Danny Cristo jumps on a loose puck created by Corbin Knight right after that to make it 3-0, and then technically the 3-on-0 that Brad Malone decides is in pretty good hands with Evan Trupp and Matt Fratton, and 4-0 going into the period break.
That is just classic. Pointing, don't come this way, go that way with the puck to the big guy.
Well, you count on your seniors to make good decisions and be smart players for you, and that was the right decision. Get it to the guy with 18 goals.
And then you drew some penalties. You had to kill, I think, about 5 or 6 penalties, and the penalty killers did a nice job.
Yeah, Evan Trupp and Brad Malone have been leaders for us in that area all year, and you see Evan Trupp here just create time and space for himself, and then make a good play to Brad Malone, who gets his own rebound and finishes off the scoring for the night for us.
So a nice start, a shorthanded goal, a power play goal, and he scored in bunches, and he got some guys involved. Danny Cristo gets one, we hope was the jump start for him for the second half of the season. I think a lot of people forget he had the 1 goal this year going into Christmas. Last year he finished with 15. He had only 2 goals going into Christmas last year.
Yeah, that's, other than the win, that might be one key thing coming out of the night is getting Danny going offensively and having some things go right for him. He's been playing very well over the last month, Tim, and for him to have a goal and an assist and really loosen himself up, I think hopefully bodes well for him and for our team as we get going in the second half.
And bottom line too, and you mentioned it to me before that game, that if anybody thinks that Arundel's bubble is going to burst their nuts, and he was about as solid as you can get again. Yeah,
he, much like our team, he came off the break and had great practices and carried that into the Thursday night game and did a real good job for us. Again, 5-0. Your goaltender doesn't usually receive the first bit of credit, but when it was 1-0 and all the way through the first 40 minutes of the game, Arundel was a real key for us.
Yeah, 35, 36 saves, whatever, in a shutout, and a new goalie. What a performance.
Yeah, great shutout win for him. Great way to start the second half.
All right, Coach, we'll be talking about that a little bit more. We'll talk about AmSoil Arena a little bit later on in the program. Coming up, it was kind of a mixed bag of results for WCHA teams during the holidays. And from the rinks of Grand Forks through his professional career, Jeff Panzer did some magical things with a hockey stick. Now he'd rather be holding a fishing pole. Our featured story with the former Sioux All-American is coming up.
The play is under review.
Hey, take a look at this.
This online course is awesome.
Yeah, I gotta see that again.
I've been snowboarding for 16, 17 years. I just enjoy going out, getting a trick and just getting it dialed so you can just stomp it every time. You'll have days where everything's just clicking and you're able to just land everything you try. I don't even like stopping to eat. When you're riding and everything's going well, you feel invincible. Just seeing me out on the hill and riding and just having a good time, they're gonna come in here and know that I know what I'm talking about. It makes a big difference with the customers. I'm Wade Fisher from Shields.
The University of North Dakota is a place where students thrive, where graduates succeed, where ideas are born, and research is driven by imagination. Experience our expertise, creative, innovative, entrepreneurial, spirited. This is the University of North Dakota.
The insurance puzzle. Each piece is specific to you and your business. Each part fits in its own way, with only one combination that works best. Every organization has its own individual insurance puzzle. The key is to find your very own solution. Voller Insurance can help. We've been tailoring insurance solutions since 1947, providing VIP service one business at a time. Let us help solve your insurance puzzle. Voller Insurance, Grand Forks, Fargo, Bismarck, Minneapolis, Sioux Falls.
University of North Dakota hockey players learn a lot of lessons in the arena and in the classroom. This helps them transition from a life on the ice to the next chapter in their lives. One former player is succeeding in a career outside the hockey world.
Faces Panzer. Panzer upends him. Here's a short-handed chance. Panzer's very quick.
Being young, I never really thought this is my goal, was to play college hockey at UND or anything like that. I played the game because I loved it, and I still do. But granted, hockey's given me a lot of opportunities. I'd played 7 years after college. I played, signed with St. Louis right out of college and went and played with their farm system. And then there was a lockout year where I played with Columbus. Then I got the opportunity to go to Europe and play for 3 years. The game's going to end eventually for you, no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's going to end when you're a senior in high school or a senior in college, or for the fortunate people, you get to play after. But the same token, you're going to have to do something when you're done, and to have that education and to have the life lessons that going to school and things like that does for you. I think it just it helps you out down the road.
Where I went to school, they didn't. Hockey players didn't get all this publicity.
Because you didn't go to a good school. It's Panzer's Power Sports, but that's a motorsport. I mean, that's all we are. Got the opportunity. I actually got approached by the previous owner here, if I was interested in doing something, because he knew the type of person I was and liked to be in outdoor recreation, things like that. Offered me the opportunity to work for him for a year. And then, after I was here for about 9 months, kind of said, here, if you want it, it's yours. When I come back from playing hockey, I came here, and I got to know a lot of great people in the community. And Devils Lake is a great community. And like I said, I love to fish, I love to hunt. And where else can you find that out your back door? No, I'm happy. I'm happy that you're going to be happy, and I'm confident that you're going to enjoy it. It's all I do all day long, is I communicate with people. You got to find that mix of how you can navigate around and see what you can do. So, I mean, I'm not afraid of people. I can talk to people, and I enjoy it. But before you go out, just throw it on there overnight or whatever. Yeah. We got a team here. I mean, I'm the guy up front here, but I got 4 guys in the back that if we don't communicate, if we're not on the same page, it ain't gonna work, just like on a team. And I mean, I think that's the easiest way to compare it. I think at times it's a lot funner to be on a hockey team, But like I said, I'm enjoying every minute of this. It's, like I said, ups and downs, and that's part of it. You gotta ride the highs, and you gotta swallow the lows, and move forward, and just keep pushing away and striving to be the best you can be.
Panzer says he's glad to have a college degree from UND. He also says being a student athlete was difficult at times, but with good time management skills and discipline, he learned to balance the books and the blades. WCHA teams did just okay during the holiday break, and despite being 4 players short, the Sioux did just fine in Duluth. Stay with us. We'll take a closer look with Coach Dave Hakstall when Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey continues.
This is a place where innovation abounds, a place where dreams come true, a place where creativity is a way of life, a place that fires our soul. Join us for the North Dakota Spirit Campaign. Together, we will shape the future of UND and North Dakota.
A great place to wine and dine, make a taste for jump and jive. Yeah, it's great Forks, a great destination. Great Forks, they don't call it Grant for nothing. Stop, hop, chopped up into Great Forks. It's simply grand.
The University of North Dakota is a place where students thrive, where they learn from leading experts, share in discoveries, and create knowledge. Experience our expertise. Creative, innovative, entrepreneurial, spirited. This is the University of North Dakota.
Dreams are forged. Character is tested. Teams are united. Champions win here. Watch the crowning of a new NCAA Men's Frozen 4 champion April 7th and 9th on ESPN and ESPN2 in high definition. For information, visit ncaa.com/Frozen4.
Welcome back to Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. I'm Tim Hennessy with UND head coach Dave Hakstol. Standings haven't changed in the WCHA, obviously, with the second half around. And during the holiday break, a lot of teams in action. And it seems to me, we liked Mankato, I think, winning in Chicago a little bit, but we'd like to have seen some of the in St. Cloud in Florida, but we'd like to have seen the WCHA teams maybe do a little better, wouldn't we?
Yeah, there were some good wins through the holiday break and through some of the holiday tournaments. There were some tough losses also for our league. But you seem to get some strange results in that first week coming back off of the break. Some teams have been off for 2-3 weeks. Some teams have been off for a month. It's a time when you get some odd results. But from here, our league's in good shape in terms of non-conference record and non-conference play. And another week of the majority of non-conference play this coming weekend, and then back into league play nearly full time.
Let's go to Amsoil Arena, where we were last Thursday against Minnesota Duluth and opening up their new building. First year impressions on the new arena?
I think it's a great building. I really like the configuration with the upper deck really overhanging right up and over the ice, nearly a little bit of the old feel of the old deck, I thought, in that regard. I think it'll become, it's going to be a great home, obviously, for the Bulldogs, and it'll be a great building within our league.
And then, of course, the delay in the second period of the game when the glass smashed, as Corbin Knight is fortunate that wasn't him, that was the glass that he got hit by Connolly.
They're such it's pressure packed, and that thing just exploded. And, it was interesting, I guess, a little bit everything on opening night.
The one thing you had to do is shut down their power play with the Connollys and Fontaine. Their power play is outstanding, and your penalty killers did a pretty good job.
Yeah, we did a good job keeping things to the outside. They had good possession and a lot of time of possession, but I think we limited their opportunities to shots from the outside that Arundel could handle.
It's been a long time since I saw a 3-on-0. I remember a 5-on-0 in the...
we won't discuss that one.
You were around for that one?
I think I was.
Were you around for that? Against Northern Michigan?
I was
in St. Paul. Or was there another one that I missed?
It was against Minnesota, actually. It was in the Final Four at that point in time, and yes, I was on the ice.
Were you? I thought that was against Northern Michigan.
No. So this was minor.
Anyway, this 3-on-0, Montgomery gives a puck away, and then the other D-man falls. And the best part of that was watching Brad Malone point to Matt
Well, he knew
Fratt.
the right thing to do. Evan Trupp had the puck. That's the right guy, and if you're going to give it to somebody, give it to Matt Fratt, who went from 17 to 18 goals on that one.
And what did you say? If Trupp had passed it to Malone, you would have had issues with that?
Yeah, well, it's, I would have questioned his decision-making process if that would have been the case. But, as we said, rely on your seniors to make good decisions, and he did.
Coach, I thought something else that was interesting, and we'll see, ask you if it's going to continue. Brent Davidson on the power play unit.
Well, he did a good job. We wanted a big body for net front. Obviously, our lineup looks a little bit different than it has over the last month. Brent's been practicing well. He's been playing well. He's got good hands in front, and we thought we'd give him that opportunity. Whether or not that continues on a regular basis, we know it's something that we can go back to if we need to.
Now, the big body is for screening, obviously, but you don't need a big body there somebody with some hands and some awareness.
You need somebody that has the ability to step in and stand in there and hold his position. But more importantly, you need somebody that has a bit of a knack, for getting stick on pucks, for finding rebounds. It's not an easy thing to do. Once the puck does get there, the ability and the skill to find that rebound and do something with it and put it in the net is not an easy one.
All right, it was a good outing at Amsoil Arena. Brett Hextall gets fans' attention with his work ethic and his tenacity. He gets opposing players' attention with his, shall we say, sharp wit. We'll talk to Brett about his background, but first a look back in our Fighting Sioux history. His teammates called him Sparrow, maybe because Big Bird had been taken by Kerry Eads, I'm not sure. But where is Grant Paranica now? We'll have the answer and more when we come back.
The University of North Dakota is a place where students thrive, where personal connections matter, where classmates become friends, where leading scholars become mentors. Experience our expertise. Creative, innovative, entrepreneurial, spirited. This is the University of North Dakota.
The 2011 Red Baron WCHA Final Five returns to the XL Energy Center March 17th through the 19th. With 2 new teams in the WCHA Conference, the tournament is now 6 teams strong. Plus, you can catch a Minnesota Wild game on Saturday afternoon when the Wild take on Columbus, followed by WCHA Fan Fest and the championship game of the tournament Saturday night. Visit XLEnergyCenter.com or stop on by the XL Energy Center box office.
As summer is left behind, fall brings new adventures. Make them better with a vehicle from Dahlstrom Motors. Whatever adventures come your way, Dahlstrom can make the difference in making your life a smooth ride.
You've got to be prepared out there. The conditions can be very demanding.
It's not easy heading out in the winter.
You're facing altitude, wind, snow, and changes in temperature.
All your layers and accessories have to work together.
You need gear that's up to the challenge.
But you need styles that are up to date.
Experience and training can make all the difference.
My training is really helpful to the customers.
I'm Zach Angus.
And I'm Melissa Langseth.
And we're experts in cold weather gear at Shields.
The answer to our Where Are They Now question, Grant Paranica helps out his old North Battleford teammate Scott Koberinski coaching youth hockey. He's right here in Grand Forks. Brett Hextall has had stops all over the North American map, most recently, of course, in Grand Forks at UND. We sat down with Brett to talk about his hockey upbringing. Welcome back. We're with North Dakota junior forward Brett Hextall. Brett, nice to have you along with us on the program today.
I appreciate you having me.
Let's talk about a few things in Brett Hextall's life. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When did you go to Manhattan Beach, California? How did that whole thing come about? Because that's where you list as a hometown.
Yeah, I was born in Philadelphia. My dad was playing there for the Flyers and actually lived in New Jersey. Most of the players live in New Jersey there that play for the Flyers. And then after he retired in, I think it was 98, 99, he worked for the Flyers as a scout and then kind of worked his way up, and then got a job offer to be assistant GM in LA, and that was probably 5 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago, and so we moved out there when he got that job offer.
Would you say you had a normal youth?
Yeah, I'd say pretty normal, yeah. I had to leave home, when I was young to go away to a school where I could play against a little bit better competition. But other than that, pretty much a normal upbringing.
Hockey's in the family, obviously, but did you have to play hockey?
No, that's the thing. I mean, I honestly think that if I quit hockey, my dad wouldn't be that bothered. He, as long as I had something else, to really focus and something I could work to be successful at, he'd be fine with that. But I never had any pressure growing up to play hockey.
You have fun on the ice, there's no doubt about it. When did you learn that this is not just serious, this is a fun game?
I don't know. I mean, I've always grown up having a lot of fun at the game. It's never been stressful or never been like a job to me where I didn't want to go. It's always been fun, and you get a lot of stress from other things, from school, and every day I look forward to getting to the rink and to getting on the ice. That's the funnest part of my day.
Brett, on the road a couple hours before the game when a lot of guys are sleeping, you're down in the lobby of hotels reading books. What do you read?
It's kind of whatever I'm into at the moment, and reading just kind of helps me relax and get my mind on other things in the game, and then I can zero in after that.
In 10 years, if you're not playing hockey, what are you doing?
Oof. I don't know. That's a good question. There's lots of things. I mean, if I've made enough money in 10 years, then it can be done, and maybe be in Manitoba hunting. I've been up there quite a bit this summer and could see myself spending a lot more time there hunting. But other than that, maybe coaching or strength coach, something along those lines.
Brett, thanks for this and good luck.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Brett was drafted by the Phoenix Coyotes in the 2008 NHL entry draft. If he ends up playing in the NHL, the Hextalls will become the first family to have 4 generations play in the NHL. Well, it'll be a first-time meeting for the Sioux and the Colonials. We'll talk about the upcoming series with Robert Morris University. That's next.
Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey is sponsored by Verizon, the University of North Dakota, Shields, Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Baller Insurance, and Dahlstrom Motors.
Come on, come on, come on.
That is a great online course.
Tickets are still available for many of the exciting University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux home hockey games at the Rel. Support your team and get your tickets now.
We are North Dakota!
Studio One is a television show produced by staff and students at the University of North Dakota.
Here you actually get to do your own stories and you get to go out and talk to people and interview and learn about the cameras and everything that goes into like a live television production. I mean, it's incredible.
Give it a try. I mean, even if you're not broadcasting communications major, anything, I mean, it's worth it.
Welcome back to Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. With Dave Hakstol, I'm Tim Hennessy. Coach, coming up, your last non-conference series of the year against Robert Morris, well, a team really that you're not familiar with, an opponent you're not familiar with.
Well, it's an opponent we haven't played,
right.
But obviously they're
That's like
you know
not
they're
familiar with.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. That's you're right. I mean they're a team we haven't seen much of. Even nationally we haven't seen a whole lot of them, but we've got videotape on them. We know some of their personnel, and they're a good veteran team. It's dominated by juniors and seniors. I think they've lost one game coming in out of their last 8.
Well, they're second place in their league behind RIT, who of course was a Frozen Four participant last year. So pairwise and all that stuff starts figuring into this as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a big weekend for us. Obviously, in terms of finishing off our non-conference schedule. I'm trying to improve our win percentage in terms of our non-conference record, and just purely taking advantage of our home games. I mean, that's something that is part of this weekend. We've got 6 in a row at home. These are the first 2 are real important for us.
All right, good luck against Robert Morris.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. Next week, it's back to the WCHA with Minnesota coming to town. That usually generates minimal interest. That and much more on our next show. And on behalf of Coach Hakstol and the Sioux hockey team, we thank all of our fans for watching, and we'll see you next week on Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey.